Almost 100 years after the company's foundation, Bugatti is once again making automobile news with its latest sports car, the Veyron. A car as true to the founding spirit as its famous predecessors. A car combining performance and passion. And one that sees the Bugatti mark returning to its roots. The Bugatti name was almost legendary within a decade of its birth. From the very outset, the car was an eye-catcher and a crowd puller. Bugatti was a real enthusiast's car, driven by individuals passionate about automobiles, and equally designed and built by a family fueled by passion. The spirit of this remarkable family can still be felt in each Bugatti built today. What made Bugatti so special? It's the passion for the arts that runs strong through the genes of the Bugatti family. Carlo Bugatti, who was born in Milan, became an artist and designer, best known for his furniture designs. Carlo's youngest son, Rembrandt Bugatti, was a gifted sculptor. Rembrandt died young, but his statue of a trumpeting elephant was later adopted by his elder brother to adorn the bonnet of that most prestigious of Bugattis, the Royale. It was Ettore, Carlo Bugatti's firstborn, who ultimately founded the company that bears the family name. For the next 30 years, he invented, designed and produced an amazing variety of cars, all of which showed an uncompromising design integrity. Although not formally trained in engineering, Ettore autodidactically developed a style and method of working based on his talents and self-confidence. Ettore is perhaps most famous for his racing cars of the 1920s and 30s, which, as well as winning races, have been acknowledged as works of art. His love of aesthetics is also reflected in the clear design of the engines. Ettore was an eccentric figure, welcoming guests on horseback and even regarded the factory as part of his artwork. He designed his own tools, building Bugatti cars with Bugatti tools on Bugatti machines. He will ultimately be remembered as the designer of the Type 35, which Ettore Bugatti has called a thoroughbred or pur sang. It also proved to be a commercial success, with Ettore being the first one to sell racing cars to private customers. Jean Bugatti, the son of Ettore, learned his trade in his father's company. He lent a whole generation of Bugattis his characteristic, elegantly flowing lines. It was Jean who transformed the horse carriage-like design of the 1920s into futuristic Bugatti shapes. His cars are increasingly streamlined and aerodynamic, while the starkness of earlier models is lightened by decorative elements. His influence culminated in the designer's dream, the Atlantic. The Atlantic conveys the idea of agility, elegance, and driving dynamics. The riveted roof joint became a stylistic trademark. In this other thoroughbred, a T50, we see how Jean introduces the water drop shape and the two-tone paintwork to further accentuate the speeding arrow profile. An element that lives on in today's Veyron.
The Bugatti brand was something very special right from the start. There was a unique spirit to it, a vision, not least influenced by the fact that all founders of the company were artists. This made them look at technology in a way that was different from the norm. Their vision may be resumed in 3 words that name the pillars on which the brand is built: art, form, technique.
Auf denen die Marke Bugatti aufgebaut ist.
The heritage of the company founders not only lives on in the new Bugatti Veyron, We also returned to the place where Bugattis were originally produced, to Molsheim, France. Here in the refurbished Saint-Jean Castle and in the recently constructed workshop, the new Bugattis are being built in very small numbers. They meet the highest demands and are made with ultimate craftsmanship. Our customers can witness how their cars are manufactured here, for the present and for the future. All members of the Bugatti family, Carlo, Ettore, Rembrandt and Jean, were artists. They merged their artistry with their brand in a way perhaps best captured by the phrase Ettore used for characterizing his products. Pur sang, pure blood, absolute clarity, predominance of purpose, immaculate shape. All parts of a Bugatti were committed to this philosophy. Their sum, the car, implied unprecedented technical solutions in many fields. For example, the choice of cast and polished aluminium for frame parts, wheels and brakes was previously unknown in car manufacturing.
Räder, Bremsen, in dieser Form gegossen, gab es vorher noch nie an Automobilen.
Today, we are building the Veyron in the same spirit. The use of unusual materials, such as titanium and carbon fiber, typically found in the aircraft industry, helps us create a unique work of art. Like all true artifacts, the historic Bugattis were only made in limited numbers. This is part of their appeal, and this is what makes them so special. Of course, the same applies to the Veyron.
Good automotive design always is very true to the character of the car and especially the brand. For the well-remembered Bugatti cars, this is significant. The Type 35, 41 Royale, Type 57 Atalante and Atlantique. They are an extremely well-crafted sculpture. They have a unique graphic signature and they have an emphasis on driving dynamics. There are three outstanding trademarks in the stylistic genes of the Bugatti Veyron that clearly show a relation to the Type 57 sports cars of the young mastermind Jean Bugatti. First, the overall dropping gesture of the main character line. And secondly, the riveted fin running over the whole length of the car. And thirdly, those precious and intriguing reflections that I think would have been very much in the spirit of Jean Bugatti and the Type 57. The Veyron translates the two-tone graphics in a purpose-driven aesthetic, where the characteristic color breakup divided up into the functional body parts of the car.
The Veyron emerged from this spirit of the Bugatti tradition. It is a work of art, if you like. Though a high-performance car, it features well-balanced proportions and filigree design that elegantly hides much of the technology underneath. With more than 1,000 horsepower, the motor is an absolute benchmark in modern engine technology. The 7-gear double-clutch gearbox, capable of transmitting the 1,200 Newton-meter torque without irregularities in the traction force, is also totally innovative. Of course, it requires an all-wheel drive to handle this load of power. The best way of motivating a car developer is to give him the opportunity of driving the car himself, so he can experience every step of improvement. What helps the car to accelerate is its enormous torque of 1,250 Newton meters, attained at no more than 2,000 revs per minute. The 7-gear double-clutch gearbox enables you to reach a speed of 100 kilometers an hour in less than 2.5 seconds,
200 kilometers an hour in just over 7 seconds, and 300 kilometers an hour in 16.5 seconds. This spoiler is driven out at speeds of over 200 kilometers an hour, also serving as an air brake. The Veyron did a great job at reviving the Bugatti brand. Every Veyron that we sell helps us spread the spirit of Bugatti in the world. However, what a car can and should convey is the joy of driving, the experience. This has a lot to do with weight, but also with the enthusiasm engineers have to summon up in order to create a car that's in every way formidable. Elegance paired with power and extreme technology is what makes the Veyron a true Bugatti. Thus, the unique and special spirit that goes into making a Bugatti is just as strong today as it's ever been. And will remain so for years to come.